Guys, we have some polls to look at. It's poll time. It's time for the polls. Please like and subscribe if you want more polls, elections, and general stuff. Guys, we have a bit of a change in the dynamic. Trump has narrowed the lead by Kamala Harris. So let's we rewind a little bit. This polling started locking in late July once things started to switch up in the presidential election, and Kamala had an excellent launch to her campaign and came from behind initially, where she was slightly behind on average. It doesn't show there, but going back, you can see. You could well, you can't see there, but she was behind. She was greatly behind, and then she surged to an absolutely massive, not really, but about a 3 point lead on average. And that comes in the form of a number of polls over the course of time. As time goes, it progresses, and the fabric of time, as it is and such, we are bound by it and through it, in the name of the Holy Spirit. And the point is basically, as we should understand, that Trump has narrowed the lead that once grew to 2.9% on average of polls, to down. We are now down to a 2.6 point lead, 2.6%, which it depends how you look at it. Maybe this was such a massive and quick uprising in the polls by Harris that she had to have a correction at some point. That's possible. You could attribute it to sort of margin of error, just sort of randomness of these polls and the polling situations, or it could be a legitimate swing in momentum, or it could be Harris maxing out support. We don't quite know. It's still very, very early. She's only been the lead candidate for about a month or so, maybe even less than that. So it's still all very, very young in this process. But I think the point I want to make here is that you might think, well, she's still in the lead. It's still a very, very clear win. She's going to win the popular vote very easily. I would say I would guarantee you that she's going to win the popular vote. That is out of the question. You can lock that in. Wherever you want to bet, put money on that. Kamala Harris will win the popular vote. Now, however, the problem is we know from experience the last time the Democrats ran a woman was in 2016. Not that gender necessarily has anything to do with it, but that was Hillary Clinton. And on election day, the average of polls had Hillary Clinton, at least in Real Clear Politics average, which I don't know if they're still doing these, had Clinton up 3.2% on average. There was only one poll that had Trump in the lead. The rest of them had Hillary in the lead. And at the end of the day, she ended up winning the popular vote by 2.1%, 48.2 to 46.1. And we all know Trump won the Electoral College. He won Michigan, he won Pennsylvania, and he won Wisconsin by about a combined total of like 40 to 50,000 votes. I forget exactly what it was. It was in the tens of thousands, and he ended up winning the election and becoming our 45th president. What a nightmare. So the point is, does Harris need to win by more than 2%? Probably needs to win by more than 2%, probably more than 3% or around there in order to secure the victory in the Electoral College. Just to say that this is not over by any means. It's been a massive momentum swing for the Democrats. It was absolutely necessary to do this, and I'm very happy that we did do that now that we actually have a chance to do something to actually win and to hold off Trump and to keep that maniacal disaster out of power, and to at least have hope for a better functioning system moving forward, where things just make sense, because right now they just don't seem to make sense. You still have Kennedy there down at 5%, where he's been forever and ever and ever. So at the end of the day, that is the situation with regards to polling. Trump narrowing the lead ever so slightly. Does it continue to narrow, or does Harris grab more momentum coming out of the Democratic National Convention, which starts, I believe, next week or in a couple of days? I'm not even sure. So we will check in on that moving forward. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. These have been the polls. We understand the polls. We don't understand the polls, but we know the polls, and we've been to the polls, but that's what I know about the polls. So thank you for listening. I'll see you guys in the next polls. Peace.